spoken to since December last year. Happy New Year. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and you're having a good 2015 so far. Today's session, of course, will be presented by me, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club, and we will be looking during the live session at a review of the commodities markets this week. We'll cover our top trades of the week. We'll be doing live technical analysis and trading, identifying highly profitable trade setups, and of course, we'll be answering any questions you have and also providing live support. So, if you do have any questions, do post those in the chat and in the comment section. I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer, and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading in the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. Also responsible for the research and the development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speaking at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kelsey, professional trader, investment analyst, and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset, and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we have appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so just before we get started here and look at the top trades and the technicals as well, we'll have a look at the price of gold. We're currently trading at $1,261 an ounce. So we are up 3% on the week, the biggest weekly jump for gold since March last year. And the S&P announcement has shaken the markets a lot, with gold gaining over 6% so far this month. And I'll cover that in quite a lot of detail shortly regarding the shock from the Swiss National Bank and what that effect has had on the gold market and could have moving forward this year. So lots to cover on today's session for you, and we'll, of course, go through some technical setups as well. We'll look at the top trades of the week first, using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, we had a lovely opportunity for a breakout last week after the non-farm payroll announcement. Very simply, a buy trade for the price to be higher than $1,219 per ounce. And we continue to ride this trade, nice swing trade on this just for the price to be higher. So we're currently sitting at 1,261. That's a 400-point gain, just a very simple buy, rise trade. Platinum also this week, lovely move on platinum, which can, of course, trade on binary now. Rise trade for the price to be higher than $1,230 an ounce. We'll take a look at that very shortly as well. And we've also, of course, been selling oil. As the trend continues to be bearish here for oil. We sold at $49.50 for the price to be lower. Nice full trade on that. Okay, so those are the top three trades that we've had this week, and we'll move over to the technicals. We're going to be looking at the rise and fall trades on binary.com. Very simply, if you select rises, you win the payout. If the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price, and if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. So what I'll do now, we'll go on to live technical analysis and trading, and I shall share my screen with you. Okay, just bear with me as I bring out my screen. Okay, super. Right, the first market we'll take a look at here, and if you've got any questions at all, do post those in the chat. Yeah, we'll look at that very shortly, Jose. We'll start off with platinum, and then we'll move over to gold next. So platinum, reason I'm starting off with platinum is having a lovely move at the moment. We're continuing to break out to the upside. We broke a pennant formation just at the beginning of the week. A lovely breakout there. We've got a lot of confluence here on the larger time frames as well. You can see we've broken out of this downward trending channel. Nice breakout to the upside. Platinum has been very oversold for a long time here. You know, if you look back in October, November, December, we've continued to consolidate and build a base here. We've got a double bottom as well. So it's looking good here on Platinum. So I'm happy to take another trade here on Platinum, just continue to build into this position for a long. So very simply, we're going to go across to binary.com and I'll bring out my trading ticket for you. We can have a look. Okay, so on the binary.com platform, very simply, I'm going across to commodities here. So you've got Forex, indices, and commodities. I'm going for a rise trade on Platinum. Okay, that's what I'm looking at doing here. Minimum 1 day, so I'm looking to be in this for 1 day. I just want the price to be higher than the current spot, $1,259.65. Nice little hammer there, developing just on the daily. Get the best price here. Okay. It's just telling me we can't, it needs to expire on a trading day, so we just go over to Monday. We need to give Platinum a little bit of time rather than come in and out of today, which is absolutely fine. We see more upside going to next week here. So I'm going in at 1,259 US dollars and 35 cents, looking to be in and out this trade over a 3-day period and come out on Monday. You can see here the return is 78% return, so $563.28 for a $1,000 payout. So I'm going to take that on Platinum. That's going to be the first trade I'll take today, just a long, okay? I'm buying into Platinum. Okay, there we go. Platinum has been done. Right, the gold market looking very interesting. So gold here, we go out to the larger time frame. We did get a really nice breakout again from this pennant formation. We were looking to see which way this is going to break. On non-farm payroll last Friday, we closed right at the upper end of this trend channel. You can see on the daily here, we've also come up to a resistance zone where the market is just consolidating at the moment. We could get a little bit of a pullback or a breakout, a further breakout from this level. I'm just going to go out to the daily for you now. You can see a nice little hammer developing. And let me go through the updates here just regarding gold. So everybody, there's a few questions on that, just so everybody is aware of where we are in terms of the move which has occurred this week on gold, okay, and why. So gold traded near its highest level in 4 months today and looks set to post its best week in 10 months as investors sought safety from market volatility after Switzerland unexpectedly scrapped a cap on the franc. So spot gold was firm just this morning, so we're at $1,261 per ounce. Thursday's volatility in global markets saw investors channeling money towards gold, often seen as an alternative investment in riskier assets. Okay, and we breached some technical levels to the upside. Gold is up 3% this week, biggest weekly jump since March last year. Gold does look like the flavor of the month at the moment. The S&P announcement has shaken the markets. Gold gained over 6% so far this month after 2 annual declines. The Swiss National Bank shocked financial markets yesterday by scrapping a 3-year-old cap on the franc, sending the currency soaring against the euro. And just to put it in points terms, just so you're aware of how much it moved, the euro Swiss franc yesterday in 15 minutes moved 4,000 points. Okay, 4,000 pips or points. Incredible move. So unprecedented. We've seen a lot of money flow into gold because of this. The U-turn sent the franc nearly 30% higher against the euro in chaotic early trading, coming a week before the European Central Bank is expected to unveil a bond buying program to counter deflationary pressure. It's Fed speculation that the quantitative easing scheme will be so big that the S&P would have struggled to defend the cap. The Swiss move sent most European shares soaring, while bond yields and Swiss equities tumbled. US stocks closed lower, making a 5th straight session of losses. We've seen essentially a big lift in the gold market, and the repercussions on the S&P action continue to reverberate in the markets and portfolio diversification here. And we're seeing money managers move and allocate more holdings into gold at the moment in light of this news. Okay, so it's going to have a big impact. We'll be very interested to see how this follows through next week. We can see gold, huge move yesterday to the upside, nice breakout to the upside here. So in terms of how you can trade this at the moment, well, essentially what we'll be looking at the moment is a breakout of this trend line. Got a nice little hammer forming on the daily at the moment. Likely we could get more upside as we go into next week. Okay, is quite interesting. So I'll come back to gold in terms of a trade setup that we can add on there very shortly. We'll just move over to the other metals because silver, in fact, is looking pretty good here as we continue to develop a base and a nice upward trending channel. The metals which are not faring so well at the moment are copper and palladium as well. We can see that we're getting a little bit of a squeeze here on silver actually, which could get a nice pop up to the upside. I quite like silver for a long here, so we'll probably take that in just a second. Just move over to palladium here as well, because palladium's had quite a strong sell-off over the last week. You can see we're coming back down to test the major trend channel at the moment. So we've got this channel which has been tested a number of times. We did get a significant drop earlier on in the week, but it's not unusual for palladium to do this, to have sharp falls, and very quickly it will retrace as well. This is a key trend line we're coming down to test at the moment on palladium. We'll see whether we capitulate or whether we sink lower here. So if we do get a close underneath this trend line, we could see more downside. At the moment, palladium holding on to around the 760 level. So there may be an opportunity for a buy here on palladium as we come towards the end of the day, certainly as we go into next week as well. So keep an eye on palladium. Where we are right now is very interesting, okay? Silver, in fact, I am going to take a long trade on silver. I do like this for a trade, and then gold potentially will get back in that later in the day if we get a breakout. So I'm just going to go and show you how to trade silver. So silver, go into start time now. Let's see, I might use a forward contract actually, and we go into just being this by the end of the day. Okay, there we go. So silver, we can take a trade on this now, starting at 12:50 GMT, 8 hours to close out. Just needs to close above $17.01 here, so I'm quite happy to take that. 80% return, so $1,669 deposit for a $3,000 payout. So definitely go for that. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, super. That has been done. So we'll go for a long on silver. We'll just move across to the oils now as well. Now, oil, Brent crude oil, we do have this overall downward trending channel. We've just taken a lot out of the markets for this. We've managed to capitalize a lot on this overall downward trending channel. Now, we do have the potential to break down lower today. We've got two different channels to watch. So we're starting again here. You can see we're forming a pennant because we're getting higher lows and higher highs over the last few days, and some support at the lower end of the channel. So I'd like to see oil get a resolution at the moment, just as to where we're going to break out next. If we're going to break down, we can take a sell short if we break through yesterday's low. If we continue to consolidate here and get a breakout of this pennant formation, we may see some upside in oil as we go into next week. Okay, so we'll be looking out for that. I'm not going to take an additional short on oil just yet until that confirms for a sell. But at the moment, it's looking quite interesting. I'll definitely keep an eye on that. I think some of the top trades today, definitely the platinum long is looking really good. Silver's looking good for a long. Palladium, we'll see whether we do hold on to the lower end of the channel here. We're just getting a retest of that. But if we go into the tighter time frames, there you go. Nice little bit of support currently. Just around these key levels here. So we'll see how palladium fares over the rest of the day. We'll just take a quick look at the US dollar index here as well. So just very choppy near the top here at the moment for the US dollar index. The move down yesterday prompted a big breakout to the upside for gold. You can see US dollar is still overall holding on to a very strong trend channel here. Broke out to 9-year highs just last week, just prior to the non-farm payrolls. And we're just continuing. We're following a bit of another upward trending channel here at the moment, and another channel, secondary channel here. So we may see some more pressure just on the metals, although we are seeing them move in sync over the last week or so. But we may see a little bit of consolidation on the metals if the US dollar index breaks out today. Okay, so just going back to Jose's question there. As to whether, are we taking a long on silver? Let's go over to silver. That's right. Yeah, we're looking for a breakout to the upside here in line with the other metals. We're looking for a squeeze and a breakout to the upside at the moment on the silver market. Nice little consolidation. We're looking just for a pop higher here. In fact, you can see that very clearly. If we go out to the monthly, much larger time frame as well, you can see very clearly where we're looking for a pop to the upside. Yep, no problem at all, Jose. Yeah, for that reason, we're not going to take gold at the moment because gold has come towards the upper end of its channel, right? So where gold is right now, it's at a level of profit taking. You can see that quite clearly on gold. However, silver is following gold, and it's a slower mover at the moment. We can see gold is the leader, and silver is following it behind. Just the fundamentals which we're getting through today are likely to support more upside for the metals, particularly platinum and silver as well. We can see this nice little consolidation at the moment, breakout, nice supportive trend channel here as well. What you've got to remember on binary.com is that it only takes the price to close 1 pip higher than your initial entry to win the entire payout. So silver doesn't necessarily need to get a huge breakout here to the upside, doesn't need to move $1 or $2. It just needs to finish 1 pip higher in order for us to get a nice profitable trade on this. So we're just looking for a nice close, 1 pip higher than our entry here. And you can see nice trend channel here, looking for a nice bounce up to the upside. And ideally, we'd like to see a break of 1730 in the coming days for longs here. Okay, awesome. And we'll just check if there's any other markets we can cover which are also on binary. Those are going to be really the main markets which are tradable on the commodity side. Again, for those of you who just joined us a little bit later, the way you can trade these on the rise and fall is going over to commodities. You'll be looking at the rise and fall. You've got the choice here. You've got the energies, of course. You've got crude oil, which you can trade off. And then we also have the metals. So on the metals here, you've got gold, palladium, platinum, and silver. So you've got all those 4 metals providing a lot of trading opportunities there as well. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So I'll just take about 30 seconds now, guys, just to read through any additional questions. I'll see if there's any additional fundamentals we can look at. So if you've got any additional questions, do post those now, and I'll take about 30 seconds to a minute just to read through those. To just do a recap on some oils, we've got a few questions on oil fundamentals here as well. So just to give you an overview of where we are with crude oil prices at the moment, we've fallen almost 60% on oil over the last 6 months. Okay, with both of the world's crude oil benchmarks now trading below $50 a barrel, as supplies of high-quality light oil from the United States and Canada have overwhelmed demand at a time of lackluster global economic growth. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries has not cut productions despite the collapse in prices, okay, which is very important. We've also just got some updates coming through regarding the demand response to the IEA cut its output growth forecast for Canada and the United States by 95,000 and 80,000 respectively, as well as Colombia by 175,000 barrels per day. It said oil supply growth wasn't slowing more quickly in North America because many producers appear to be well hedged against short-term price drops, which is very important, okay? So for the whole of 2015, the IEA raised its estimates of the demand for OPEC's crude by 300,000 barrels per day to 29.2 million barrels per day. So it's still far below the group's December output. And on the demand side, the IEA said signs of the response remains elusive with a few notable exceptions, such as the United States. Lower prices do not appear to be stimulating demand just yet. So essentially, we could still be going lower here for oil in the short term. So the net results of these changes is implied stock build-up are set to continue through the first half of this year, adding that some imbalancing may occur in the second half. Okay, so for those of you who just had a few questions on oil, that is what is helping the oil market continue to sell off, and this is why we have moved almost 60% down in really the last 6 months here, which has been absolutely incredible. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on the moves, and do make sure you join us for next week's Commodities Corner as well, and we'll be updating you with more on the market. So I'll just bring it back to the main presentation now. Okay, great. And of course, for those of you who'd like to find out more about trading live with the Gold and Silver Club, or if you'd like to learn how to trade commodities, you can very simply request more information on our upcoming programs, our courses, our daily trade calls. Just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. You can telephone us at our London, New York, our Sydney, our Johannesburg, the Budapest office, whichever office is nearest to you. And, of course, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter to hear about upcoming webinars at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. You'll get free weekly reports on precious metals, energies and agriculture, live market analysis and prices. So do make sure you take advantage of that. Okay, super. So good trading, everyone. Good luck for the rest of the day, and we'll definitely see you back here next week. Thanks again to SharisBinary.com and the team for putting on and hosting today's webinar, and we'll definitely see you all on the next one. Okay, take care, guys, and have a great weekend. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.